So profit equals sales minus cost of sales. So that's person B, which is absolute, that they make a 20K net profit, which is absolute again. But that's not the way business works. But again, that is absolute, and how much the business owner actually gets at the end of the day. Hey guys, Conan here from LBC. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about profit. Now this video has been coming for a long time and I'm glad I've finally got the time to get around to doing it. Basically, I wanted to talk about profit from different perspectives. So you've got from person A's perspective. So this person has never run a business. They might work for a company. And I used to be person A. Back between the age of sort of 18 and 20, I used to work for a glazing company. And basically, when I worked for the glazing company, we'd go out early morning, fit these huge panes of glass, and I was earning somewhere between 50 and 80 pounds a day as a driver. They were a great company to work for, but I thought it was a little bit unfair that these guys were getting 2,000 pounds to fit this glass, and I was only getting 50, 60, 70 pounds. So that's person A. So person A, they believe that profit is equal to the sale or the price of the job minus wages. So that's person A. So nothing wrong with person A, but it's a certain perspective. And I used to be person A. Then you get person B. These people understand a little bit more about this, and they think that profit is equal to sales minus cost of sales. Now, cost of sales is anything, any costs that go towards doing the job. So we're a cleaning company, so that will include fuel for the vehicles, it will include chemicals, it will include the guy's wages, etc., etc. And in a company like ours, the cost of sales is roughly 50% of the job. So if we have a £1,000 job, for example, 50% of that is the cost of sale. That goes towards the cost of sale. Now, I'll come on to where the other costs come into it and where the profit goes after that. So profit equals sales minus cost of sales. So that's person B. So they understand that there's more cost than just wages. There's costs like I mentioned, like fuel, like anything that you pay to do the job. So we actually include our marketing spend as one of our cost of sales, because when you have been doing marketing for a long time, it becomes a bit more predictable. You know that when you spend so much, you get so many leads, and then you can turn it up or down based on how many guys you've got to keep busy, pretty much. So person B knows a little bit more than person A, knows a little bit less than person C. So person C understands that profit is equal to sales minus cost of sale and then minus overheads. Some people call these fixed costs. So these are basically what you pay every single month, even if you don't do any work. So things like this office that I'm standing in at the moment, things like the subscriptions, things like the salaries for the office team, things like the rent for the yard, things like the utilities. There is a long list. If I print out our profit and loss, that you wouldn't believe, things like the phones, things like insurance, things like all the health and safety accreditations that we've got to pay for every year. The list goes on and on. And in our business, the fixed costs every single month are around 25 to 30,000 pounds. So now let's go back to this. £1,000 job, 50% is cost of sales. So that basically goes to pay the guys, pay all the stuff for doing the job, any materials that's used in the job, any subcontractors, etc., etc., whatever you use to do the actual job. And then the other 50%, it comes down here and it goes towards your overheads. So the fixed costs that I just mentioned. So what's interesting is that, let's say, let's just make round figures. Say a company does £100,000 a month. If their cost of sale is 50%, that means £50,000. So after they've paid all the wages, the fuel, etc., that means £50,000 is going down towards covering the overheads. Now, if the company has overheads of £30,000, like I just said, then that means that they make a 20K net profit. But let's say the company doesn't do 100 grand of sales in that month. Let's say, for example, they only do £70,000 of sales. So 70 minus the cost of sale, which is 50%, so minus 35, it leaves you with 35. And then you minus your 30,000 overheads, you're only making a net profit of 5k. Now, person A thinks that the sales minus the wages goes into this happy business owner's pocket over here, and they're making lots and lots of money. They're only making £100, £150 on the job, but the business owner is making £1,000 minus £150 or minus two guys' wages of £300. So they think the business owner on a £1,000 job is getting £700 in their pocket, which is absolute, excuse the French. On to B. B is this person here who believes profit equals sales minus cost of sales. So they understand there's a few more costs that go into providing the job. But even still, this person then thinks that 50% of the job, £1,000, £500, they think £500 goes towards the cost of sale, and then they think £500 goes into the business owner's pocket, which is absolute again. Now person C, they understand that profit equals sales minus cost of sales minus overheads. But what they might not understand is this bit that we've gone down to here. That's all said, that's all good if you have a job and you have it and you just take it one job at a time. But that's not the way business works. You've got your overheads for the whole month. So we normally look at it on a month by month basis. That's why we get a monthly profit and loss. So until enough of these 50%, in our case, enough of these, let's say the job's £1,000, until enough of the £500 comes down to cover the overheads of 30k, you're not making any money at all. So that's where this graph comes in. So this graph basically shows this line is your sales. This line is your fixed costs, so they don't change. They're your overheads, like the office, the yard rent, stuff like that, all the utility bills, some other marketing spend that might not be directly related to getting sales, but maybe more brand awareness, salaries for the office team, lots of other things, lots and lots of other things. And this line is your fixed costs plus your variable costs. So that's the variable costs is the cost of sale, the cost related to doing the work. So until you can pass your fixed costs here, but until you pass your fixed costs plus your variable costs, that's the break-even point. So anywhere in this section, you're making a loss, and then anywhere past here, you're making a profit, because after this point, your everything, the sales minus the cost of sale, what's left is your gross profit. The gross profit, in our case around 50%, comes down. It's already paid off your overheads, it's already paid off your fixed costs, it's already paid off your fixed costs plus your variable costs, and then every single sale after that, 50% of the total thing will go towards net profit. So then this person thinks that then that net profit goes all in the business owner's pocket. So if we have a good month and we manage to go past break even, which doesn't happen every month, in a lot of businesses it doesn't happen at all. We're quite lucky that it does happen. So they believe then that everything after that, although all those 50% of those sales, so £500 of each additional sale when you're past break even, they believe that goes in the business owner's pocket. But again, that is absolute, because if you did that, the business wouldn't be around very long. Because number one, you couldn't pay off any debts, you couldn't pay off any loans, you couldn't pay off any hire purchase agreements or vehicle finance. You also couldn't invest in new machinery. When you get machinery and vehicles, they only last 5 to 10 years maximum. So if you don't have some money, some profit to invest into future machinery and vehicles, then you won't be able to perform anymore. It also goes into working capital. So especially when you work with commercial clients, you need some money in the bank to pay your people for the 30 days, sometimes a lot more, before you end up getting paid from the client. So profit. So then person D is the experienced business owner. So they've actually got the correct perspective. They've been in the shoes, they understand their finances, and they know what actually happens to the profit and how much the business owner actually gets at the end of the day. So profit is actually used for, like we said, working capital. So you've got to keep some money in the bank, we've got to try and keep about £50,000 in the bank just to weather the outgoings before we get the income from the jobs. We've also got to look at future investments. If we want to grow the company, that can include, like I mentioned, buying new vehicles, machinery, buying a new yard. Don't know if you've seen any of our videos, but we're fast outgrowing this office space. We've now got 4 full-time people in a 30-foot container. But watch this space, there will be a nice place coming. Working capital, future investments. You've also got to pay off loans. So every single month, we've got about £6,000 of loans that we pay off for vehicle purchases, business loans in the past. And then, after all is said and done and all this happens, then the business owner can take some dividends. But before they do, they've also got to pay some tax. So I hope that video has been useful. A lot of people, when they see a company, they think, oh, the business owner is making all the money, the guys are only getting so much on the job and the business owner is getting all of that. They really don't have a clue because they have never run a business. They haven't got the correct perspective. Just like me, when I was working for a company, I had the same views. But I hope you found this video useful to explain a little bit about profit, a little bit about break-even point, a little bit about cost of sales, overheads, profit, and what you need to use profit for in your business. Thanks for watching. Give us a comment below if you like this video and give us a thumbs up. And if you like this content, let us know. There'll be plenty more to come. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you.